Hi, it's not a real auction score unless you get a bootload of stuff. And that's exactly what I got. At a local auction, I got a bootload of oscilloscopes and multimeters. Brilliant. Let's haul them upstairs and check out what we got. Well, after hauling all this stuff up here, I think I deserve a smoothie, but it's like over 40 degrees in Sydney today, so absolute scorcher. But what have I scored? Well, I'll show you the individual pieces, but basically I've got, I believe, 9 TDS220 Tektronix oscilloscopes, 3 500 megahertz 4-channel TDS3054s, I think they are. I've got a whole bunch of, literally a bag of a dozen high-end Tektronix 4.5 digit multimeters. I've got a fluke scope meter. I've got some retro, a couple of bits of retro stuff as well. Not nearly as much as I wanted, but yeah, there was actually significant bidding on these things, unfortunately. But yeah, I was lucky to get all this stuff in the end. But woo, here you go. There were like spectrum analyzers and there were all sorts of stuff. So, well, you know, I could only get so much because there were so many things. You know, you had to bid on them at the last minute and you just couldn't do it. And no, you can't snipe it because it wasn't through eBay. So really, it was just a logistical nightmare trying to bid on these things and eventually get them. And thanks to Craig, by the way, for pointing out this auction, which I didn't know about, and I would have hated to miss it. There were tons of cool stuff in there, and it's all ex-Defence Force, Australian Defence Force. So, you know, fingers crossed, condition unknown. They were sold as scrap. So, yeah, but I managed to see a few of the cow stickers on here, and it looks like, well, they're just out of calibration or something like that. So they, you know, or they're obsolete, like the TDS 220 scopes, for example. So they just scrap them. Anyway, thanks, Craig, and well, let's check out the booty. First up, I've got 12 Tektronix DMM916 4.5 digit high-end multimeter, and so 10 individuals plus 2 in original Tektronix cases, which I haven't even opened yet. Yeah, looks like they're field ones. They come with probes. These ones didn't come with probes, and let's take a look at these puppies because these are really nice. Now you can see that they've got Australian Defence Force branded on here, and as you'll see, all of the oscilloscopes have that as well, because, you know, the Defence Forces, they, you know, they've got a lot of money and they might order, you know, 1,000 of these things, you know, or, you know, 5,000 multimeters, 1,000 oscilloscopes or something like that in some huge buy, so they get them custom branded for them, exactly the same as the model. They've just added some silkscreen on there for the custom order. Now, these Tektronix multimeters, I think this was the last one Tektronix made off the top of my head, but very nice, 40, I think it's 40,000 count, true RMS multimeter, and it works. It's got batteries in it. I haven't checked any of these yet, haven't checked the precision. Last calibrated in 09. There's another cow sticker under there as, oh yeah, that one says 09. So, you know, most likely these things work, so I'm not sure why they scrapped them. Well, I'll find out. But these are really nice meters to search for, not often searched for on eBay and stuff like that. So if you're after a bargain 4.5 digit, you know, precision, top quality brand multimeter, this Tektronix, you can do a lot worse. And also I got 2 of these. Is the older model, 2 of these ones, which is the 800 series DMM 870 multimeter, and that's an older one. Scored 2 of those. These are, I think, this is the top of the range of the 900 series. There is the only one better than this that Tektronix ever made was the TX line, or the TX3. There's another eBay search term for you. And please forgive me for doing all this on the floor. My bench is completely full at the moment, so I'm a bit lazy. I'm just going to do it here on the carpet. Made in Taiwan, unfortunately, not made in the US. And I'm not sure if, you know, if Tektronix actually designed these or not, or if there's some OEM, or they're made to, well, by an OEM for under, you know, to Tektronix design and specifications. And things like that. You can see all the solder mask removed from those traces. I don't know why they've done that for, well, you know, you wouldn't think it's for leakage reasons or anything like that, but it looks like this is going to lift out in, no, is it? No? I thought, yeah, there we go. It's going to pop out, I think. Ta-da! Look at that. There we go. We're in Lake Flynn. 2 big HRC fuses. Very nice. Switch mechanism. That looks really good. Oh, bugger it. I found some space on the bench. I was going to need it anyway. So, yeah, dual board construction. You don't see that too often these days with the 0.1 inch headers going between boards, and shielded can across. Looks like we've got, might have a trimmer there, plus the hybrid resistor divider network, and some trim pots down in there, good old-fashioned trim pots. So let's take this top board off and see what sort of processor we got here. By the way, the input, they've got, these ones are held down by screws. These are soldered in, these input jacks. They're obviously sense-in input jacks on there, and there's a reasonable amount of protection in there, but not a huge amount. What's the cat rating? Yeah, Cat 2, there you go. I thought it looked a bit, a little bit on the wimpy side. It's still okay, but yeah, it's not a Cat 3 or a Cat 4 rated meter. That's our switch mechanism, sandwiched between the two boards. I've got to be careful not to, because it's not labelled, to get it back in the right position. We've got, looks like we've got nickel plating on the contacts there, and there's the top side of it that sandwiches in there, and we'll take a look. We've got ourselves an NEC processor there, and another, that'd be the multimeter chipset down here. Let's take a closer look. And that's really interesting. What we've got, never seen one of these before, TC8129. This is a, well, it's a multimeter ADC, basically, but it's from Microchip. Yes, Microchip, pick Microchip. And I'll link in the data sheet down below. It's one on one of those, you know, obsolete data sheet websites. But yeah, that's from Microchip. So that's the complete ADC and sort of, you know, multimeter functionality. It's not, you know, hugely integrated like some of the more modern multimeter chipsets, that's for sure, but you know, there's quite a bit of supporting circuitry around this thing, but that's certainly unusual. And by the way, these posts down here, these metal standoffs, metal threaded standoffs, they're actually using those for signals actually going through. So you know, what they do, run out of pins on the 0.1 inch header there? Yeah, probably. And that's an NEC 78063 8-bit micro, which I haven't seen inside, I don't think I've seen inside a multimeter before, so I can't find any other markings on here to indicate that it's an OEM or anything like that. So if anyone's got any details on that, please leave it in the comments. The only markings we've got are 870 1F on this board and 2F on the other board. Yeah, sorry, this wasn't supposed to be a teardown, but I just couldn't help myself. I haven't seen inside one of these Tektronix multimeters before. You know, it's not the best. Like, there's no battery compartment, there's no fuse compartment, although they're metal threaded insert screws, you know, so not an issue there. But yeah, to change the HRC fuses, you've got to lift it out. It's not a problem though, you just lift it out and, you know, Bob's your uncle. Not a problem. But yeah, it's not bad. It's certainly not a fluke, but it's also certainly not a one hung low cheapie either. So I think these are quite decent multimeters, and of course the performance specs are really quite good too. We're talking, you know, 0.05% or something, or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to link in the data sheet. And I don't mind the display on this thing, even though it's a little bit small. It is quite full-featured dual display, obviously. So they've got, you know, so you can display hertz up there, but not your full resolution up on the top display up there. But yeah, it is a pretty full-featured meter, that's for sure. And what's the backlight? Gold? What's that? Hold? Gold? No? What? What? What's that? High, low? No? I want the damn light. Don't know, I can't figure out the bloody light. Anyway, you can change the number of digits. Presumably it's faster in the less digit mode. And you can set up various things in the setup here. High, low limits. I don't know, I haven't looked at this, what this thing is actually capable of. But yeah, it's got some sort of menu system. You can set up all sorts of parameters and stuff like that. It's got low voltage ohms mode, which I always like. Excellent. And continuity buzzer capacitance goes down to 4 nanofarads, I believe, so that's not too bad at all. We can, sure we can rel that out somewhere. There we go. There we go, delta. That's pretty stable, I like that. And the continuity buzzer. Oh, latch in and super quick. Can't fold it. Brilliant. And check it out, it's got the auto hold functionality just like the Fluke. There it is. Bingo. Look, auto hold. Fantastic. Works a treat. And for my reference resistor, it's bang on. Look at that. Well within spec. Brilliant. And it's also got a center zero bar graph as well. Selectable, or you can just turn the entire bar graph off. I don't want that bar graph rubbish. And I'm not sure what the differences are with the 870 model. They appear to be almost identical. I haven't checked the data sheets exactly, but functionality wise they look absolutely identical. I like the range switching, by the way. You know, it's separate microamps defaults to DC over here. All your amps, capacitance, continuity, it's all just separate. Very nice. I like that range switch, dual off position. Excellent. And this one's the Royal Australian Air Force, and this one's the Australian Defence Force. So I've got a grand total of 12 of these puppies plus 2 of the 870 series, and you know, I'll give them a bit of a clean up and a check, and they'd be worth a bit. Awesome. Now the other thing I got is 9 Tektronix TDS3050. I've got a bunch of them, like half of them I think in these original carry cases, and the other half just on their own. And if we have a look at what is on here, then I don't see maintenance supervisor, blah blah blah, rank and name, next service due 2012. So this one, I mean, it doesn't have the dreaded red tag. This one's just got a serviceable equipment, so I'd expect this one to be fully working. And well, that's brilliant. Any accessories in this one? Oh, there we go. Look, original manual. There's a power cord in there. Fantastic. No probes, but we got, oh, there we go, dispatch, got all the original dispatch note and all that sort of jazz. Certificate of calibration, there we go. Potts Point here in New South Wales. Fantastic. Oh, man. Having the cow certificate makes it worth a little bit more, that's for sure. And let's have a look at this sucker. Here we go. That looks in pretty good nick. Look at that. I don't mind that at all. Oh, there's no feet on it. There's no feet. I'm sure the 220 came with feet, but there you go. Once again, Australian Defence Force branded, but it's exactly the same as the original one. We've got Army Cal ID, so it's belong to the Australian Army. And look, date due. I mean, that's a pretty recent calibration. Awesome. I'm not sure why it's got these 3 paint marks on there. I don't know. That's the Army for you. And let's try and power this thing up, shall we? Give it a burl. And, oh, by the way, it's got fully optioned out with the GPIB, the serial, and the parallel option. A lot of ones on the market don't actually have those options, so that makes it worth a bit more as well. I mean, these are ancient scopes. You know, I bag it these days, but if you want still a good silent scope, it's got no fan. That's a good thing about it. There is no fan in these things. So, you know, it's only got like a lousy 2.5K memory, and, you know, but it is still 1 gig sample per second, 100 megahertz dual bandwidth, does the job. You know, it's as slow as a wet week, but hey, this is booting up just fine. And as I said, I probably expect this to work. Utility, here we go. Gotta remember how to use one of these suckers. Error log. Let's have a look at the error log. Number of power cycles, only been powered up 169 times. That's pretty darn good. Number of errors, 0. So there's nothing at all wrong with this scope. Do a self-cal and system status, English, do self-cal, press any menu to exit. Yep, disconnect, press do self-cal, there we go. The self-calling process, I have no doubt this will pass. And the other thing to check out is the BNCs. Have they been worn? You know, are they, people just abuse them? Because a lot of failures on these oscilloscopes that you'll find on eBay and other auction places, a lot of the time they will only have, oh, there we go, look, it's dicky. Whoops. So yeah, I spoke too soon on that one, but it works a treat. It's a little bit wobbly, but that is absolutely fine. There's no issue with that at all. And I got some bloody average mode on here. There we go. Sample. Don't want average mode. There we go. Not a problem. And so both channels fully working. I'm not triggering off channel 2 there, but yeah, not a problem. So, but yeah, as I said, that is often an issue with these. They might have, you know, somebody's put a bit too much force on the connector, and, you know, that's why they scrap these things. So if you can pick up oscilloscopes cheap, that's a common fault, which of course you can easily get in there, take it apart and replace those BNCs. And I found the tilt-in bail with that. It came in the box. Looks like somebody forgot to put it back on when they put the case back together for whatever reason that they took it apart. I don't know. Let's have a look at some other ones quickly that I've got. This one, yeah, had a sticker on the front. It's got a lot of gunk there and all sorts of stuff. That's the RAND, Royal Australian Navy ID there. And the tag on this, look at this, nil no IEEE 488 module fitted, equipment superseded. So there's probably nothing wrong with it. It just didn't have the option on the back, and you know, that's it. Unbelievable. So let's power it up. It probably works a treat. Look at the power connectors. Oh, they're nice. The BNCs, they're nice and solid. There we go. Give this thing a clean up, and that one is going to work just fine and dandy, I have no doubt. There you go, the dreaded red tag, but in this case, a calibration. Obsolete equipment. Who cares? And probably the only thing wrong with this one is that it has no power button. Ta-da! It's missing. There it is. Whoop-de-doo. You can still get in there and use it, or 3D print another one if you want. Not a problem whatsoever. This probably works a treat too. Get in there. Hang on. There we go. Power switch on. Just stuck a screwdriver in there. Not a problem. Look at that. And this one has nil calibration output. Right, presumably the probe compensation on there. Well, let's try that out. It's got no calibration output, but hey, who cares? Both channel 1 and channel 2 still work a treat. And that one's got a pretty recent cal on it too. Nice. So all up, I've got 9 of those Tek TDS220 scopes, and now I have a nice fluke. Let's have a look. Woohoo! 105 scope meter. This looks in beautiful condition. Oh, hello, I can see myself. That barely has a scratch on it. Fluke 105 scope meter, series 2, 100 megahertz bandwidth. Beautiful. Calibrated October 11. Very nice. And believe it or not, I was the only bidder on this one. Nobody wanted it. Can you believe it? I mean, yeah, it's an older model, but geez, you know, it's still got the gigahertz bandwidth sampling, 100 megahertz, and, you know, yeah, its memory's not that big, but this is still quite a decent scope. And I think we've got, yep, look, check it out. We've got the probes. These things look barely used. Of course, the important thing is to get the isolated probes with this thing. So they look in great condition, sort of hardly used at all, and that's got the banana plug attachment over the scope probe. Fantastic. And I've got all the accessories and clips as well, including the oh, look at that long grabber. Oh, beautiful. And there looks to be no wear on the B and C's or the jacks or anything. This one's in fantastic condition. This one's a score. I mean, I think these things are still going for like $1,000 or something on eBay. The only issue with this is it didn't come with the power adapter, and it's got one of those pain in the ass deep power adapters right down in there. Ah, bummer. So yeah, there's no charge in it. It's been in stores. It had a stores sticker on it, so it's probably been sitting in stores for like a year or two. Well, it was calibrated 2009 actually, due on October 11. And here's the battery pack in it, and I think I may have discovered an issue. The tab, the charging tab under there was folded up. It's supposed to be folded up and under like that, so it makes contact down in there, but to know it's a rechargeable battery pack, but it didn't do that. And we've got a bit of corrosion on the contacts, so I'll clean. Ugh, it's like it's blue. Anyway, clean that up, and I reckon I'd be very surprised if this sucker doesn't work and is, you know, fully in cow. I think probably something wrong with the battery and they tossed it. Made in Holland. What a Bobby Dazzler. Alright, I cleaned up those contacts and put 4 C-size batteries in there, and let's see if she powers on. Hello? Hello? Please? Please come on. I can't get that to power up, so I'm not sure what the issue is. I'm probably going to have to feed in an external power into it and try and do that. Oh, no, there we go. I got it. You saw it. You saw it. It booted. I think it's just a matter of still got a dicky contact there. You saw it. It did boot. You heard it. I'm sure I captured that on camera. There we go. I got it. Don't breathe on it. Don't breathe. I'm holding the batteries in at the back. I haven't put the back cover on yet. I need to adjust the contrast here. But yeah, that I think is a winner, folks. I think we've just got a battery issue. That's all. Okay, I've adjusted the contrast, and we should have a closed menu. Yeah, I don't like the menu on this thing, but there's our scope meter. I think it's a winner. How much of a winner, you say? A complete winner. Look at that. Channel 2. Let's have a look at channel 2. I love how it just auto ranges there. Yep. And finds channel 2. Beauty. Ah, this is almost brand new. So I think that's a pretty darn decent score. I was the only bidder, and I think it's practically brand new. Just give the contacts a bit of a clean and she'll be right. So that's probably still worth a pretty penny. And the fun's only just beginning, folks. Look at this. I was hoping to score more of these, but there was a bit of a bidding frenzy on them, and you can see why. Tektronix TDS3054, 500 megahertz, 5 gig samples per second, 4 channels. And this one came with the front cover and everything. It's got the little quick start guide thing inside, and let's have a look at it. Look, what's the problem with this unserviceable equipment? The calibration is due with case cover. What? So there you go. Thank you very much, Mr. Percival. Brilliant. 27th of the 3rd, 2013. So what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with this thing. Look at that. It was only cowed in March 2012. Brilliant. And it comes with the GPIB and RS-232 interface as well. Fantastic. No battery, though, unfortunately. And it even comes with the FFT and advanced trigger modules. Awesome. And as for the B and C's, you can have it, you know, it's been screwed in a few times, but they are in excellent condition, those B and C's. So this scope hasn't seen much use at all. I'll be a bit shocked if this doesn't work, isn't 100% operational, at least boots. Come on. Beautiful. I mean, this is still a great scope these days. I mean, you know, 4 channels, 500 megahertz, 5 gig samples per second, with the DPO display functionality. All the relays are click in. There it is. Menu off to proceed. Brilliant. Haven't used one of these in a while, but let's see. The battery's still in there. There you go. It's still got the date and time. Hasn't been adjusted for daylight savings. Oh no, it's worthless. But yeah, let's see if we can go into the utility here and see if we can do some There we go. We've got advanced trigger, extended video, and FFT options, plus the GPIB options. Fantastic. System config, diagnostics, calibration, signal path compensation. We won't run that yet. Let's just run some diag, shall we? Oh, okay, confirm, run test. Ta-da! Everything passes. This is, folks, 100% working scope. And yes, there's nothing wrong with the B and C's on this puppy either in terms of, you know, being loose or anything like that. This is a great score, really. So this is absolutely gold if you can get something like this at an auction. You know, just the bloody, you know, it's like the cow dew is, you know, what? I mean, that's just crazy. And it's a high-end, high-spec scope. It's barely got a scratch on it. It's optioned up. Oh, man. It's got the front panel on it. It's got all the tilting bales, everything. Looks, you know, it's not quite brand spanking new, but, geez, it's not far off. Brilliant. It's got a little number down in the bottom corner down here, but whoop-de-doo, we can clean that off. And with the fairly recent cow sticker on there, I mean, technically it's only, you know, what, 9 months out of cow. So what? You know, I mean, this thing's got to be worth a couple of grand at least. And this is the second one I've got. It's got a bit of dust and stuff on it, but it'll clean up just fine. Not as recent cow. It is optioned up. It last cowed in 2009. So let's... yeah, fully optioned up on the back with the GPIB. So let's plug that in and switch it on, and it boots. And, well, I'd be surprised if there's absolutely nothing wrong with this sucker as well. No, it seems I was wrong about that. Channel 3, I mean, I'm not putting any signals in there at all. And channel 3 is just, yeah, it's cactus. There's something wrong with that. But curiously, it passes all of the internal testing, so, well, yeah, I don't know. But fortunately, all the other 3 channels work just fine. So, yeah, it's, you know, even if that's unrepairable on channel 3, something's gone horribly wrong with the front end, doesn't matter. Still worth a pretty penny with 3 functional channels, that's for sure. And here's my third one. Once again, it got a bit of dust. It's a little bit crusty, but no, it looks in very good condition otherwise. But look at why they've disposed of it. Obsolete. Return for disposal. Are you kidding me? Bloody hell. The Australian Defence Force. You've got to be shitting me. 500 megahertz, 4 channels, 5 gig sample per second, DPO Tektronix scope is obsolete. They probably, you know, they had to spend this year's budget, or, you know, the latest budget that they have, and, well, the other ones are obsolete. Unbelievable. 2011 calibration, due 2012, and, well, I'm willing to bet this one is probably fully working as well, because the other one with the failed channel didn't have a tag on it. So, you know, yeah, we don't know what the actual you know, it wasn't tagged with the fault, but this one is definitely tagged, and the only thing wrong with it is obsolete. I mean, jeez, come on. A lot of people would kill for a scope like this. In fact, anyone would probably kill for a scope like this. And yeah, that's just fine, and I'm sure if you plug in the signals, it's just going to work a treat. Like, you know, here we go, menu off, channel 1, we'll just hit the auto set button for, you know, that's a bit of a wimp cop out, but look at that. I mean, not a problem at all. That's just a complete winner. Auto set works on each channel. That's a good quick test. Probably the only good thing the auto set's good for. Oh, hello. 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 This one might have a channel 3 problem as well. Channel 3. Oh no, there we go. Oh, it didn't switch it on. Bloody Tektronix firmware. I don't know. Something dodgy going on there, but no, the channel 3 works just fine. And auto set any signal on channel 4, once again, it doesn't like channel 4 at all, but channel 4 works a treat. You bloody ripper. I've got, I reckon, at least 2 fully working, excellent condition. One almost, you know, oh, almost as good as new. Not quite, but they're worth thousands each. Beautiful. Even the faulty one with only 3 channels. Who wants to buy it? And of course, no surplus score is complete without a box full of old, ta-da, Simpson 260 analog meters. Look at this. I think I've got like 5 or 2, 4, 6 Simpson 260 analog meters. Ah, sure, that's bringing a tear to the eye to all those Simpsons fans out there. Calibration on demand. Do not use for quantitative measurements. Serial number 4245. Is that how many of these suckers they ordered? Warning, Will Robertson, 0 volts detector. Do not install batteries. And last calibrated. Brilliant. Look at this. They were still calibrating them in 2009. Oh, this poor one failed calibration. But only at 5 amps and 1000 volts AC, out of limit. Whoop-de-doo. Actually, that one is in beautiful condition. I really like that. Wow, nice. They've had a sticker on there, but geez, that's hardly seen any use at all. That is a brilliant Simpson 260. Fantastic. Whoa, like I bought one. And last up, I couldn't resist getting this, even though it's of no value whatsoever. It might make a good vintage teardown, but it's an Avo transistor tester, CT446, Avo 1962 vintage. So in original case. Look at this, and watch this. This is just old school porn here, folks. This is how you used to test transistors when you had to test transistors. Oh, more knobs than you can poke a multimeter probe at. Oh, this is just, oh man, oh man, oh man, I can play with this all day. Oh, catch you next time. Yes, it smells as good as it looks.